Good. Alrighty, turn the toes out and turn the heels out. Just roll into that slight backwards tilt to engage those glutes, and then make sure the centre is still engaged as those feet are now hip distance apart. Pull the shoulders down the spine. So you're really gliding the shoulder blades down to meet almost in the middle, but right at the lower back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And just imagine you've got a little soft peach. You're kind of just holding that peach underneath your chin. You don't want to squash it. We also don't want to let it go. We're going to start with some knee bend. So nice and gentle. Float the hands up to shoulder height as you sink down into that knee bend. And squeeze the sit bones as you come up. So we're going to breathe out on the way down and breathe in on the way up. We're going to keep that breath really gentle, nice and easy as we go. Good. Start the warm up. Breathing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up. So really, it's your pulse. It's your breath that will set your speed here. So don't worry about doing it at exactly the same speed as me. Because we're warming up, I do want that breath pattern to come in. So nice, gentle breath out and breath in on the way up. We'll do 2 more. So look, really nice and easy. Get a nice stretch for all those joints in the lower body. Hold it at the bottom there, guys. Pull the shoulders back and down. Let's float the hands up to either side of those ears, okay, without moving that back. And we're just going to pulse through the knees. So the bum's going to come up and down, just really gently, nice and gently. Turn the knees out slightly. Let's really work through the outer borders of those bum cheeks straight away. Straighten through those elbows. Pull those arms back. Keep on pulsing. Now think about the rib cage. Pull the rib cage up. Let's get those ribs working really hard, abs engaged, breathe in, breathe out, and just stand up, taking those arms above your head as well. Great. Shrug one shoulder up to the ear, and then rest it down. Shrug the other shoulder, and down. We're going to breathe into shrug, breathe out to lower. Breathe into shrug, breathe out to lower. And again, we're going to keep on going with that movement. Again, if you haven't got the full shoulder range, you just do it at shoulder height. So you reach forward and back. Just make sure that both your shoulders are doing the same thing. So whichever height you're at, just do the same thing on both sides. Let's do both shoulders now, up and down. Right, I really want to keep the elbows straight. So as you pull those shoulders down the spine, don't kind of get a bit lazy and bring those elbows in. So really keep the elbows straight. It's just the shoulders that are doing that work. Fantastic, good. Now turn the palms to face the front and keep the shoulder blades down the spine. Going to bend at the elbows, stop sign. I'm just going to take the elbows just behind us on the breath in, and then just release it on the breath out. So just stretching on the breath in and releasing on the breath out. As you pull those shoulders back, don't lift, don't flare the rib cage as well. So I really want you to work the rib cage, glide the rib cage down the front, get the abdominals really kicking in. You're only moving your arm. You're not also moving the chest. And that's obviously where it's quite hard. But obviously that's where Pilates is, yeah? Dissociating one movement from the other. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bring the hands all the way back to the centre and let the arms rest down by the side. We're going to sink into a mermaid stretch, so soft knees, side bend. Okay, if you can get up here, fantastic. Most of you will stretch up to the ceiling. Let's look at the hand, breathe in, reach the hand up to the ceiling. And breathe out, let the arms fall in front of you into a circle. Breathe in, stretch up to the ceiling. 2 more of those. Breathing out on the way down and breathing in on the way up. Breathing out on the way down and then finish. Breathing in to reach the ceiling and just breathe out to stand up. Okay, breathe in, let it rest. Straight into that second side. Breathe in, reach, look up at the ceiling. Breathe out, circle forward and breathe in, lift. Again, if the breath is too much, doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're keeping the movement beautifully strong. Hold at the top. Stand yourselves up. Fantastic. Okay. Bring one knee forward. Take the other arm forward and just switch them over. Into a nice little toy soldier. Palms facing each other. And remember, we're trying to go straight up and straight down rather than wiggling side to side. So nice and bouncy, straight up and straight down. Fantastic. Draw the center in. Good. Fantastic. If you can, take the hands up to above the head. But again, whatever one arm is doing, just make sure the other arm is doing exactly the same thing. You don't want to make you too wonky. Good. Just draw the center together. Fantastic. Good. Keep going with the legs, but bring the hands onto the hips. Good. Okay, fantastic. Step in slightly, so your feet are now a bit of a narrower, and continue that movement. We're going to go for 3 leg movements, and then we're going to bring one knee up and hold it. And we're going to go down again. 1, 2, 3, and then lift the other leg up. Okay, good. So 1, 2, 3, and lift. 1, 2, 3, same leg. 1, 2, 3, same leg. 1, 2, 3. Good. Same leg. 2 more on the same leg. 1, 2, 3. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Now on this one, we can do 4 because we're going to do the other leg. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift. Now it's 3, 2, 1, and lift. So the same leg. Good. Okay, but obviously the other leg. Good. So a little bit of coordination, a little bit of balance. Hands on hips to stop you from tipping those hips side to side. Relax those shoulders down into your back pockets. Every third movement, lift that knee. Last one, just getting things moving, and rest. Float the heels off the floor, relax them back down again. Float them up and down. Good. All the way up and only halfway down. All the way up on those heels and halfway down. Good. Keep on going. All the way up, halfway down. So just challenging the balance a little bit, getting the calves really working. Keep on going. It's going to get a little bit of fresh air in here again. Good. Little bit up and down. Good, good, good. Now stay at the top. Okay, it's the harder bit. Stay at the top. I'm going to pulse, but stop there. Pull the shoulders back. Melt those shoulder blades down the spine, and then just tuck the rib cage in slightly before you now go to pulse, 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 pulse. By about now, your calves should be feeling like, yeah, I'm a bit burny. I know that I'm working. We want that to happen. Keep on going. Pulse, 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 pulse. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Equal that weight back again. 50-50 through those feet. Shoulders back. Do one large shoulder roll. Thinking into a side bend on that side. Turn, stroke down the outside of the leg. Swing to the middle and curl up in that beautiful straight line. Shoulders back, second to last. Head up last. So shoulder roll. Side bend. Stroke out the outside of the leg. Swing to the middle. Right, stay as curved as you can for as long as you can on the way up. And then go through to the other side. One more to each side. Beautiful, beautiful, good. They look nice, guys. Circle, shoulders back, second to last, head up last, last one. Don't worry about your breath pattern. Just get a beautiful fluid movement. Let the arms go dangly, guys. Really let heavy head, heavy arms. Fantastic. Keep the chin into the chest until the last minute. Great. Go to the edge of the mat if you haven't already, so the leg's in front of you. 2 roll downs, and the second roll down to the floor. So chin to chest. Shoulders roll forward, sinking all the way down. Hold for the breath in at the bottom, so you're really getting a nice stretch up the back of the legs, and then breathe out to stand yourself up again. Pulling yourself up. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out on the way down. Hold for a stretch at the bottom, and then bend the knees, walking your hands forward. So we're going to go into a little cat stretch to begin with. We're going to bring ourselves into a bit more of a mobilization. Okay, get your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and turn your feet out so they're in line with the rest of your body. We're going to curl ourselves up into the cat stretch at the top. So tuck your tailbone under, float the breastbone to the ceiling, and drop the chin down to the chest. And then you should uncurl yourself back to flat. Don't go through and don't drop the lower back in between. Curl yourself up, drop the chin in, and then uncurl yourself to a straight line. Fantastic. Okay, let's do that one more time. Hold it for a really big breath in. Try to expand the rib cage at the top, and then breathe out, relax in the bottom. Okay, with a knee movement this time. So as you curl up, you're going to tuck one knee up in towards your nose. And as you flatten through the back, you're going to straighten it directly behind you. Don't go high, just go flat behind you. Lovely. So you're curling it in, and then straightening the back as you stretch out the legs. Same thing, 2 more times. Let's breathe in to curl up, and breathe out to push that leg away. Breathe in, shrug the shoulders up to your ears, and then breathe out, get the shoulders really far away from your ears. Fantastic. Let's do the other side, just the leg. curl up, knee to the nose, stretch away. Really exaggerate now through the shoulders, shoulders to ears, shoulders away from ears. Tuck the knee in, stretch the leg behind you. One more, all the way in and all the way out. Fantastic. And then bring that knee just in again. We're now going to try the arm as well. Most of you have done this before, so just be careful of the balance if you haven't. Curl up, tuck the original knee in towards the nose, and then take the other arm off the floor, driving a bent elbow up to the ceiling. And then you're going to stretch out arm and opposite leg. Again, still in a straight line. Then you curl it back, driving that elbow up to the ceiling. And then again, stretch it out. Keep the ribs high, please, guys, when you are stretched out. We'll do 3 more. 5 in total. Stretch. Lift the ribs. Curl up. Stretch out. 1 more. Curl up. Elbow high. Stretch out, fingers and arms. Hold it there, guys. Keep your fingers and arms as long away from each other as possible. Now just tap the toe down behind you and lift the toe. Tap the toe and lift the toe. Keep on going. If you need to, you can put your hand down for extra support. But let's try and go for 6, 5, 4. Lift the ribs a bit higher, guys. 3, 2. Lift your arm higher. 1, and everything in. Nice, straight into the other side. So curl up, opposite knee in, opposite elbow high, stretch away. All the way in, all the way out. 4, if you can, breathe in to bring it in, and breathe out to stretch out. 3, all the way in, breathe in. All the way out, breathe out. 2, last one. Hold the stretch, hold it. Toe tap, 10 and up. 9, 8. Put the hand down if you need. 7, 6. Good. It's a straight leg. Don't dip the back as that leg lifts up. Beautiful, strong spine. 3, 2, 1, and all the way in. Child pose, stretch back. Nice, guys. Well done. Little shell stretch. Head to the floor. Just rest everything off. Do nothing for a second. Good. We're then going to bring ourselves laying onto our back. So block under your head to begin with. We're going to do a modified 1-leg stretch. So we'll start off with the traditional version, and then we'll just build it up, which is going to prepare us for our next set of exercises, basically. So long arms down both sides, head on the cushion, on the ball, whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to do a 1-leg stretch level 2, so coming to a single leg tabletop, nice and square. Thinking about our tummy, so you've got a nice and neutral pelvis, small gap under the lower back, set the center, melt the ribs into the floor, and then you just stretch so the thighs are in line, and then back in again. So just a nice little level 2 to begin with, just 3 on each side. Breathing out to stretch, breathing in to come back and put that foot back down again. Other side. Breathe out to stretch, breathe in to come back. I want you to do level 2, because as we progress, I want you to really make sure that the lower back stays as it is on level 2. So hold that leg now and tabletop. Extra bit of welly through the ribs into the floor. As this second leg lifts up now, guys, make sure the back doesn't move. You know, make sure you don't kind of jerk the shoulders or something like that. Everything's got to remain the same through this lower belly and panel. Okay, alternating sides, breathing out to stretch, breathing in to come back. Breathing out to stretch, breathing in to come back. So again, you're alternating legs with a breath if you can. If not, just make sure the breathing remains natural. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Melt your shoulder blades into the floor. Melt your bra strap into the floor. Lift the pelvic floor up. So imagine you're holding, there's muscles in your back passage. Squeeze them up towards your belly button. That's just going to keep everything lovely and protected. Pelvic floor, so important. Breathing out, breathing in. 2 more, a little endurance through the tummy now. Last one. 1 leg down at a time. Okay, nice. Straight into our next exercise. Interlace the fingers behind your head. Get rid of your block. We're going to go for an oblique prep. So raise the elbows away from the floor. Melt the shoulder blades down your spine. And use the hands that are behind your head to almost pull the neck out, making the back of the neck really long. That's your start position. Now we're going to move up into an ab prep, but then curl across. Keep your elbows wide and drive your shoulder towards your opposite hip bone, and then let gently uncurl. Roll up, curl across, and then back down again. One more of those. Can you keep your bum down and your knees completely relaxed? If you want to put the ball between your knees for this one, you can. Now keep on going, but I think most people make it a little bit harder. So just sweep through the middle. Don't go down and just go straight to the other side. So you drop the shoulder blades, but roll across. The shoulder blades melt down and lift. Breathe in through the middle and breathe out across. So if you need to go down in between, please do. But we want a little bit of support through the neck to make those abdominals work a little bit harder. Last couple of this. Bring in that pelvic floor as well. So imagine you need a wing. Draw those muscles up and in. One more to each side, guys. And then gently uncurl yourself. Fantastic. Good. Alrighty, we're going to go straight into the next one. So we're going to do one leg stretch level 2 and an oblique prep. So float up one leg into single leg tabletop, just the one. As you curl up, you're going to curl away from the leg that's in the air and then stretch that leg away at the same time and then gently bring it back in between. Same side. Breathing out to turn, breathing in to come back. Breathing out to turn, breathing in to come back. Now we're going to really press the other heel into the floor. Really squeeze that glute into the floor. Last one. Really stabilize through that leg that's not supposed to be moving. Head to the floor. Keep the arms there. Switch the legs over. 6 more. Breathing in to start. Breathe out to lift, curl, and straighten the other leg. Breathe in to bring it back. Breathe out to curl. Breathe in to come back. Good. 3 more at one leg stretch level 2 with a beautiful ab prep. Last one. Cross the body, rest down, and just rest the arms down by the sides quickly and the legs just outstretched. Okay, good. So obviously your tummy should be feeling quite tired now. We really don't want any tension through those hip flexors, so right into the front of your hip. Obviously, if you are feeling it in your hip, you've got to think about how high you're going. We want that lower back to stay just away from the floor, all the way through. Don't think, oh, I want to make myself work harder, so I'll come up higher, which I think some of you are doing. Go up only halfway, but if you keep your lower back off the floor, it is going to work your abdominals much harder, and you've got to trust me on that one, okay? So legs back in again. Now we're going to take it up a level. So obviously it's your choice if you do decide to go up with me, or just stay with one foot on the floor. Most of you though, let's take the hands back behind the head, interlaced fingers nice and high. Think about backward, forward tilt of the pelvis. Really find where you are most comfortable in neutral. And then one leg, second leg, make sure the lower back hasn't moved. And then breathe out across. You're still stretching the opposite leg away, but then you bring it back to the center. Head all the way down. Curl across to the other side. And again, all the way down. If you want to make it a little bit harder, don't put the head all the way down in the middle, but breathe out to cross and breathe in to come back. I really want it to be a real slow, almost forced exhale, because that forced exhale is really going to make your tummy work a lot harder. Okay, we're going to do 4 more, 2 more on each side. They look good. Keep those toes down. Make sure we're still in a beautiful square leg before you start. Lovely. And after that 4th one, now just hug your knees up into the chest. And then with those hands on those knees, just lift the lower back off the floor and then drop the lower back into the floor. Lift the lower back and drop the lower back. So this one, the lower back just coming up and down, little massage the lower back, basically making sure that you've got a real curve in that lower back, in and out, in and out, in and out. Good. Okay, so like I said, so we're going to do a slightly modified version now to get a little bit of a stretch through those hamstrings. So we're nearly up to our requested for exercise. So block or ball or pillow under your head again, just for comfort. We're going to go into a single leg tabletop with our arms rested down by our sides. So this time we're going to point the toe, we're going to flex the ankle as we lower that beautiful straight leg, point the toe at the bottom, and then bring that leg back up to the ceiling. We're going to keep on doing that, flexing the ankle on the way down and pointing the toe on the way up. But guys, as you bring that leg up, think about the lower back. So as you bring it up, do you roll and squash the lower back down? Obviously, that's what you need to stop doing. Work your abdominals, work the pelvic muscles. So when you stretch that leg up to the ceiling, you don't change that beautiful lower back position, because it's easy, isn't it, to just flap the leg in the air, but the lower back kind of squishes into the floor. Let's do one more. Really open it through the hip and hamstring. And then bend the knee, foot back down again, other side. So tabletop on the other leg. Just take a second, make sure that you know where your lower back is, straighten that leg in the air, flex it, and then lower. Point, then lift, flex, then lower. So again, my hands are on my tummy. I'm just thinking about hip position, rib position. You can have your hands flat to your tummy if you want. Really make sure you've got a strong abdominal working. Now, breath is nice here, but really let's get through this hamstring stretch and a lovely open through the front of this hip. And we'll do 3 more. Press the other heel into the floor to stabilize as well. You know, we really want to keep ourselves stable on that second side. And bend the knee and rest down. Now, that leg movement there, we're now going to put that leg movement into a shoulder bridge, which takes us to shoulder bridge level 4. So take the block away from under the head. Come with your arms down by your sides. Really use your arms to support you now. I'll quickly show you level 3, but I think everyone in here can have a good stab at level 4. So shoulder bridge is that backwards tilt. You do squish the lower back into the floor before you squeeze the bum cheeks and peel yourself up. Level 3 is that stretch leg, thighs in line, yeah, alternating sides, and we're going to do about 8. Everyone back down to the floor. Good. Let's try this level 4. So remember the leg stretch you've just done. Roll up to the ceiling, hips up nice and high. One leg, single leg tabletop. Stretch that leg to the ceiling. Come on, let's go. Flex the ankle and lower it. Point the toe and lift it. Flex the ankle to lower. Point the toe to lift. So you're keeping the hips level, the hips high, and the other heel squashed into the floor. Just for put the foot down. Roll yourself down to the floor. Stretch out the other leg, just to make sure the hamstrings don't start to kick off. And let's roll up again. Let's do the other side. All the way to the ceiling, into that shoulder bridge level 4. Straighten that leg in the air. Come on, guys. Flex the ankle on the way down. Point the toe right. Well done. Good. Fantastic. Great. 2, 1. Bend the knee, foot to the floor. Roll down. Well, I'm so impressed. Well done, guys. Okay, hug the knees in. Couple of little, so you stay down there, don't sit up. I'm seeing it drink. Okay, fantastic. Let's try it at one extra little level then, just to take away some of that support. Okay, so your options of how high you take it now. In that shoulder bridge level 4, you're either going to take away the opposite arm that the leg will be working, or you take away both arms so you've got no support. So again, it's up to you, but as soon as you do that, if you feel your body or your knees swaying side to side, just put the hands back down again. It's a better exercise done properly than wrong. So heels in close to your bottom, arms long by your sides. Shoulder bridge up, peeling one vertebrae at a time off the floor. If you're going to go for a right leg, stretch that left arm in the air and then stretch the right leg up. Just double check that balance and then flex the ankle as you lower the leg, stretch up. 2 arms if you want to try. 2 arms if you want to try. 4 leg flaps in one go. When you've done your 4th one, put the foot down. Switch the arms over if you're on single arm, or just bring the other leg straight in the air. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and foot down. Arms down, check you're nice and high in that shoulder bridge, and then lower down. Well done, guys. Fantastic. Last little knee hug. Tuck the chin into the chest. Just let momentum start rolling you like a ball, massaging the lower back. If you've got a very hard floor, be careful, and just sit yourself up. No flinging of head and neck. Good. Get yourself a drink if you haven't already. It's a bit hot, so I'm dying in here. Okay, so our asked for exercise. You can all thank Ms. Lillian Badgett for this one. Lillian requested teaser. You're getting teaser. Okay, so we talked about, we've done the hamstrings, we've warmed everything up, so let's really work up to try to get ourselves to a beautiful teaser balance. We've done rollbacks before, so we'll start with them. So hands just on your shins, shoulders pulled back and down. Just make sure that you're comfortable in that seated position. Take your hands up, just shoulder height. Again, you can fold your arms across if you want to, but having your arms in front just helps counterbalance you slightly. We're going to roll off those sit bones, so the lower back starts to round, that's fine. Roll back kind of halfway, so you've got a nice scooped tummy. Just have a look, make sure it's pulled in. If the tummy's kind of bulging out, you've got to work harder to bring that belly button in. And if you can't control it, maybe give me a shout after the class. Once you're in that lovely comfortable position, quick run over of the safe sit up. Roll ourselves forward, so still curved, and then when the shoulders are over the hip bones, then and only then are you allowed to straighten up through the spine. So keep curved basically for the whole of the exercise. So now we've got the beginning and the end sorted out, let's hit something nice and hard in the middle. So we're going to roll off those sit bones, curl in, we're still looking forward. You can take one leg into a single leg tabletop, and then get the balance, and then gently bring that second leg up as well. We've done this one before. We've tapped the toe, let's do it with me, and come up, tap the toe and in. And it's alternated sides on the toe taps. This is as far as we've got so far. So bring the feet down one at a time, curl forward, and then lift up to a nice straighten at the top. Okay, hands down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on throwing level after level after level at you. And obviously it's going to be your kind of choice as to how far you take it in terms of pulling yourself into that full kind of end range teaser. All right. So hands back up to that straight line again, shoulders back and down. Really working the belly button before you've even begun. Breathe in, breathe out on the way down. Hold it there, and with a breath if you want to. Go into a single leg tabletop. Fantastic. Go into a double leg tabletop. Now bring the knees and ankles together. One leg. We're going to straighten that leg in the air. Bring it back down again. Straighten the other leg and down. Let's do a couple more of those. Again, we're just thinking, can we straighten our leg without obviously falling backwards, without changing our lower back position? And then one foot down at a time. Curl forward and straighten up, hands down again. Okay, good. So the next one, we're going to try for a double leg stretch. Now, as soon as both those legs go in the air, because your hamstrings are going to get lengthened, it's going to pull you kind of backwards. So really work on slowing down the movement. And if you go one way, like counterbalance, using those abdominals to the other way. Let's have a play. Hand on knees, tall through the chest and shoulders, hands in front. Roll ourselves down. One leg, two leg. Knees and ankles touching. Slowly straighten both legs up. Slowly bend them both down again. 4 more. Breathe out to stretch. Breathe in to lower. 3 more. Breathing out, breathing in. 2, 1, and then 1 foot down at a time. Roll forward, straighten up. Actually, they look great, guys. Be nice. So our next step is the one now, which is the harder version. Harder version on your lower back. So if any of your lower back's already starting to kind of niggle and feel like it's overworking, just go down a level, and we'll revisit this next term anyway, so don't press yourself, don't kill yourself, okay? There's no point you being injured for the next 2 weeks while we're off. So hands on knees, let's go. Shoulders back and down. I'll talk us through it. Hands in front, curl ourselves back. One leg at a time into a beautiful held tabletop. Touch the ankles and knees together. Straighten those legs up. Now hold the back of your shins, and we're going to use both our hands to help pull our chest up. So we're now not curved in our back. We're now straightening up our back. Now if we can, hold that straight back and take the arms up in line with our thighs. And we're just going to hold it there for 2 breaths. Straight back, lift the breastbone to the ceiling, bring the lower back forward, and then bend the knees, hands to the thighs, roll into the curve, 1 leg down. Those of you just flop down, nice. Make sure it's safe when you come out of each of those movements. Nice, guys, well done. Hey, that's good, that's nice. Okay, let's take it a little bit into endurance now. So full roll backs to the floor. So stretch and straighten the legs out in front of you. Lift the chest to begin, hands out in front. We're curling all the way back to the floor slowly. Curl into that lower back. Gently let the lower back start to go towards the floor. Now keep the breath natural, don't hold your breath. And then just let one little bit of your spine drop down at a time. And just take the hands up to the ceiling. Hold it there, that will do. Now most of you can go all the way up. I'll demonstrate that one first. Tuck the chin into the chest. Reach the hands forward. Now without any jerky movement in the middle, curl all the way up. And again, when the shoulders are over the hips, then you straighten up. Now if on the way up, you had like a jerk, okay, we don't want that to be in there. We want it to be really, really smooth. And some of you, if you've got stiff bits today, you may have just got stuck on the floor. So that's fine. I'll talk you through that if that was you. The rest of you just curl up and down. So let's go together. Okay, arms up, shoulders back, breath in. Breathe out, roll down, slow, slow, slow. 1 little bit at a time, all the way down. If you need a little variation, bend the knees, breathe in, breathe out, curl up, hands behind the thighs. Use the arms to help you get past that sticking point, and then straighten up and straighten the legs. I'll do that one more time. Breathe in, breathe out on the way down. Slowly using that breath out, breathe in at the bottom, slide the legs in. Breathe out, curling up, hands behind the knees, past the sticking point, then stretch and straighten at the top. Okay, good. Keep on going, now everyone, keep on going. Breathing out on the way down, curl, hold for a breath in at the bottom, breathe out on the way up, straighten, and extra, nice guys, lift that chest at the top. So breathe out on the way down, breathe in at the bottom, breathe out, curl up to lift, breathe in, everybody hands up to the ceiling, breathe out on the way down. So everyone in this room I know can do the way down smoothly. If you need that extra support on the way up, it doesn't matter. As long as the movement is fluid now, for the next 4, that fluid movement is going to get that strength built in. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good, fantastic. Again, try to make your breath out quite forceful. Because if you can force that breath out, it means you're getting a really nice abdominal connection. 2 more. Let's keep on going. Nice. Good. Remember, guys, if you have that jerky bit, don't let that happen. That's where back starts to be a little bit sore. Good. Don't forget the arm reach to the ceiling when you sit up. Good. Nice, guys. They look fantastic. Keep on going. Big arms, up, up, up. Stretch up to the ceiling. That's it. Good. After that last one, just hug your knees into your chest whilst you're laying on the floor. Very nice. Well done, guys. Let the knees roll out. Let the knees roll in. Lift the lower back up and down off the floor. Again, as with all of these, the lower back should be feeling absolutely nothing, but you should be feeling all the workload in your tummy. Okay. We're going to go on to our side now. And we're going to basically just revisit a little something we did at the beginning. We're going to go for a nice clam level 2 with a leg extension. And we'll also do a little arm opener as well, just as a relaxer, as a mobilizer. So heels in close towards your bottom. Take the knees back, hands on the hips. Stretch that hip out. Set the center, and we're going to just tuck the rib cage in gently. Remember, we always want that rib cage to be kind of soft and in line with the pubic bone. If when you slide your hand up and down your torso, you can feel the ribs sticking out separately. So you've got to work harder in pushing them towards the back of you. Good. Float both feet up. We'll start off with 8 clam level 2s. So just the knee up and just the knee down. So as we're doing it, your hands on your hip, you're making sure that hips roll forward effectively. There's no twisting, turning. Fantastic. 5, 6, all the way down in between. Always get a little rest in between. 7 and 8. At the top of the next one, hold it there, stretch the leg out, tap the toe down, and then bring the knee in again. Your hand is still on your hip, and that is telling you whether you're moving your hip or not. We want that hip to remain perfectly still, perfectly on top of the other one. 4 more. Really straighten and tense that thigh muscle on the stretch. 3, excuse me, and down. 2, and down. Good. Again, beautifully smooth, they look lovely. 1, and then 10, 9, good. 8, keep the knee up. 7, 6, roll that top hip forward. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, 1, and knee down. Feet down, and the hip should really change from when you literally started that movement. Fantastic. Stretch both legs away. Hand in front now. I do want you to be able to have some support here. Float the top leg up to hip height. Now the bottom leg, let's get the bottom thigh off the floor and the bottom thigh down again. 9 and down. 8 and down. 7, 6, soft fingers into the floor in front of you. 5, 4, make sure it's a thigh lift. Lift the bottom thigh off the floor and then down. Good. 2, 1, hold them both up there. Stretch both legs. Get them as long as you can. Really, really, really reach those legs. And then lower both legs down. Very, very nice. Okay, bend both those knees now. Take your head onto the block, put it on the floor now, and stretch both arms out in front of you. If you want a block or a pillow, make sure the head's at the front of your block, because we're going to be rotating, obviously, and turning backwards. Okay, top shoulder, drop it down and away. Top hip, drop it down and away. Set the center and think about that ribs. Look at the hand as it starts to come up to the ceiling, but remember it's a breastbone movement. So I really want the chest to do this turn. Now hold it there. We're going to exaggerate it. So you're going to turn your breastbone to the ceiling, but I also want your top hip to twist forward. So you're driving your top hip forward as you turn your breastbone back, and then release the hip as you come back again. So we're exaggerating that twist through the spine. Breathing out, push the top hip forward. Breathing in to come back. Fantastic, good. Breathing out. Breathing in. 5 more. Let the head turn be gentle. Let the shoulder and arm be gentle. We're not tensing through that body too much, but it's a big old rib lift. Turn the ribs and come back. So it really is a strong torso twist. Really want this twist in the torso. You're imagining your spine is like a tea towel. You're wringing the water out of that tea towel. Let's go for the last one. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. Nice. Hand in front, push yourself up, grab your block, spin your legs around. Or obviously however you are set up in your room. A real frog in my throat today. An outstretched underarm. Block in between your ear and your upper arm. Feet in close to your body. Top hand on top hip. Stretch and lengthen that top hip as well. Remember, we really want that extra stretch here. Bring both feet up, shoulders down and away, ready for our clam level 2. So knee up, knee down, knee up, knee down. That's great, guys. 6, 5, relax the neck, relax the shoulder. 4, draw the belly button in. 3, and the pelvic floor. 2, and tuck the ribs down a little bit more. 1, good. Lift the knee, stretch the leg, tap the toe, knee comes down, good. 7 more, stretch, good. 6, nice. Relax that top shoulder, guys, good. 5, lots of work in those hips today. 4, good. 3, 2, lovely. 1, and hold the stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep the knee up, guys. Keep that open knee. 4, 3, relax the neck, relax the shoulder. 2, 1, and knee down, feet down. Woohoo! Okay, both legs out straight, hand in front for stability. Top leg up to stretch, hold, and get it longer. Really reach that toe away, and under thigh lift, under thigh lower. Great, guys. Fantastic. All the way up, all the way down. 6, and down. 5, and down. 4, set the tummy. 3, tuck the ribs in. 2, good, and hold at the top. Get both legs as long as you can take them. Breathe in, breathe out, and gently rest down. Nice work. Okay, soften both those knees. Stretch the underarm out in front of you. Block your head straight to the front of your block. Crocodile arms, top shoulder down, top hip down. Tuck the ribs in, look at the top thumb, and open. Remember that top hip is rolling forward as you open, and just release that hip as you bring it back again. Breathing out to open, breathing in to come back. Very nice. It's a real gentle mobilizer here, guys. No tension in the neck, no tension in the shoulder or arm. It's almost quite a floppy arm, yeah, really quite a floppy arm as you're rolling, but it's the chest. I want your breastbone, your sternum right up to the ceiling and then forward in front of you. Turn it up to the ceiling and then forward in front of you. Exaggerate the hip twist. Come back. Let's do one more for that. Real big turn and then come back. Good. Fantastic. Roll onto your back. We're going to do a little pit stop and stretch out those glutes. So fold one leg over the other. Again, you can use the other leg if you want to, but you know that I like to use my hands. And just find that angle where you get the best stretch in that glute area. I'm so stiff today, it can be literally like an inch of a pull. But whatever it is that makes you feel the best stretch where you just worked in those clam exercises, just hold it. It should, again, I always say this, but it should make your face change, a bit of a grimace, and then just hold it there. Really increase that stretch if you can. Through 2 more breaths, you know, real just your own pace. Don't force them. Everything else is relaxed. In and out. And then just switch the legs over nice and gently. Slide the leg in and find the stretch point and just hold it there. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice. Let your belly relax. Let your shoulders relax. Let your head relax. Now your arms are pulling in, but it's your elbows that are doing that pull, almost your bicep curl. Relax the other leg, relax the pelvic floor. Breathe in, breathe out. and rest. Okay, we're going to go all the way onto our front again now, gently, gently, gently. We're going to do an exercise we're kind of waiting to do. I really want to take us through some downward dog movements, okay? But the only caveat on this is a couple of people have got some sore shoulders in the room, so I'll give you some variations in a second. Everybody else, start in a 4-point kneel for me for now. Toes under. If you've got slippy socks on, maybe take them off. And we're going to have our hands where they would be directly underneath your shoulder. Take them forward, kind of half a hand position, and then wider, about half a hand position. So it's a little bit of a stronger support to start off with. Our downward dog, just to 4-point kneel, is going to look like this. Go with me if you know what I'm talking about. Straighten the knees, lift your bottom in the air, and drop the chest in between, making yourself a beautiful triangle, and then gently lowering yourself back down to the knees. And that's it to begin with, okay? So we're lifting into the downward dog, and then gently coming out of it again. So start off with that, guys. Breathing out to lift, and breathing in to lower. Good. Now, if that's too much through the shoulders, we're going to work on just a knee lift. So it's a leg pulling prone instead, which is knee lift without moving the shoulders, knee lower, okay? And you can take it all the way to stretch if you want to, but you've really got to stabilize through those shoulders. Nice. Okay, everybody else, let's keep on going. We can go up, hold the downward dog now, please, guys. Stretch both legs, make nice and strong. Now take one foot off the floor and float that leg up towards the ceiling. Don't twist that torso. Gently put the foot back down again. Stretch the other leg up all the way to the ceiling, and then gently back down again. Lower the knees to the floor. Okay, and again, if you want to, if you're doing the other version, lift the knees and just stretch your leg and back down again. If you're doing the other version. Okay, look good. So it's one leg at a time. Just one leg at a time. Up, then down. Good. Fantastic. Great, guys. Yeah, okay. Keep straight legs, please. If you're doing a stretch, let's keep the legs straight, not bent. Yes, that's better. Fantastic corrections, guys. Beautiful. One leg at a time. Let's do one more. And then sit into a little shell stretch, a little child pose stretch in between. I'm going to give a little variation to show you how to make it harder if you want to. So shell stretch, watch the screen. The rest of it, if you're doing the full leg stretch, you can go up into the downward dog. You're going to stretch one leg up. Now you're going to tuck the knee in and rock to a full plank press up position before you stretch it back up behind you. And you're going to bring it in, hold, and out, hold 4 times before you rest. So let's have a play with that. So 4-point kneel to begin, hands slightly in front and slightly wider, tuck your toes under, roll yourself into your downward dog, stretch one leg up in the air, tuck the knee in, stretch the leg out, tuck the knee in, stretch the leg out. Try and do 2 more. Beautiful. Yes, lovely. They look great, guys. Well done. Gently through those shoulders. Please make sure you've got equal pressure through those arms, through those hands. And after your 4th one, put your knee down and then roll those shoulders back. Good. Lovely. And on this one, you really can do as much or as little range as you feel comfortable to do. You're doing 4 on the other side now. If you haven't already, I think some of you have whizzed ahead, that's fine. If you have done your 4 on both sides, just sit into a nice little shell stretch and wait for everyone to finish, that's fine. If you want to do a couple more also, that's fine. We're at the last little bit now, so let's make it nice and strong. Good. Okay, tuck your toes under in that shell stretch and just sit back on those toes. So again, nice little stretch through those tootsies and then sit back right onto your heels. And again, we've done this before, so press one heel in towards the floor, getting a real good stretch through the calf and then pressing down through the other heel, getting a nice stretch through the calf. Even that weight, slide the hands back, drop the chin down and lift yourself up. Rock the weight back as you lift your toes and then gently roll yourself up. Pull the shoulders back and down. Lift yourself up and just come into the middle of your mat. So you're going to bring our hands onto our hips and just finish off with a beautiful balanced stretch. Soften both knees down, hinge from the hip, keep that back lovely and straight. Put the weight across onto one leg and slide the other leg out. We can do 10 toe taps behind us. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then knee in, knee out, knee in, knee out. But don't move the back. 3, 2, just 5 of those. 1, and stand up. Fantastic. Other side. Bend the knees. Hinge from the hip. Put the weight across. Slide the leg away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Draw the belly button up to the ceiling, guys. Tuck the ribcage in. 3, 2, 1. Knee in, knee out. Knee in, knee out. 3. Beautiful. 2, 1, and up. Excellent. Nice. Finishing the work through the knees and the hips. 2 shoulder rolls as you just center yourself back into the middle of your mat. 2 forearm circles again. Just nice and easy, circling through the shoulders. 2 mermaid stretches. Bend the knees to reach up to the ceiling. Breathe in and hold that beautiful stretch. Breathe out to come back to the middle. Breathe in to stretch and reach up to the ceiling, and breathe out, come back through the middle. Fantastic. Take a little pigeon step forward. Bend the back knee. Hinge in the hip. Lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Forward tilt. Find the stretch at the back of that hamstring. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the bum. Pigeon step the other leg. Bend the back knee. Hinge into that lower back. And again, lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Really get a beautiful stretch for the back of the hamstring. 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Fantastic. Take a big stride backwards. Press the heel down. Bend the back knee a little bit. Still trying to push your back heel into the floor. And just drop that knee in slightly to get a lovely stretch up the calf. 3, 2, 1, and step in. Step back with the other leg. Press the heel to the floor. Bend the back knee slightly and just tuck that knee in towards the midline. It's only an inch or so, but it should just give you a bit of a better Achilles stretch. That's the aim anyway. Good. 3, 2, 1, and step in. Take the hands up. Bring one hand over the top of your head. If you can't do this, I'll give you a variation in a second. Push your arm back to get a nice tricep stretch. If you haven't got that range, you're going to go into some nice dumb waiter Cleopatras to open up through that same muscle area. Push, push, push back. Don't use your head as a lever, guys. Really only work into that nice stretch. And switch the arms over. Okay, ask quite a lot of the shoulders and the triceps, especially in that downward dog last exercise. So let's really cool it down. Rest the arms down by the sides. Everybody, feet touching. Let's set the center on a nice narrow stance and just look over one shoulder. Reach the other arm down to the floor to increase the stretch through the front of the neck. Release the shoulder and look over the other side. Reach that hand down to the floor. Increase that stretch. Release the shoulder and look back to the original side. Pull that shoulder backwards now. So the opposite shoulder, pull it backwards. Take the hand back as well. Breathe in to hold that lovely stretch. Release the hand, turn the head. Last one. Breathe in, pull the shoulder back. Breathe out, rest. 2 shoulder rolls, please. Up to the ears and down. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch up for a nice full arm circle and down. Breathing in, breathing out. And guys, thank you so much. Yay!